Hello everybody, welcome back to Kingdom Creations. We're going to do another Pokemon card pack opening. Today we're going to open up some Rebel Clash and a Darkness Ablaze. I don't know what to expect from the Darkness Ablaze. I don't know what cool cards exist in that set, but I know that Rebel Clash has some cool ones that I'm really looking forward to. I'm really wanting to get a Berserker card, the full art. I know I was browsing eBay for some deals and I saw a Berserker that I really wanted, and it was from Rebel Clash. So I'm hoping that it's going to be in this one. So we're going to open this one last. This will be the pack that I hope gives me what I want. And if you're watching the videos and you're paying attention, the one pack from which I'm going to give the rarest card to the top comment in a week is going to be from, we're going to choose this one. This is my least Inteleon. That's not Inteleon. I don't even know this starter's name. He's so least my favorite. But we're going to give the rarest card from this pack to the top comment. And then we'll just open these two and see what we get. And yeah, we'll comment on the art. I'll rank the rarest card or the cards that I like the most. And we'll see what we get. So let's do this one. And I was thinking, as I edited my video from last week, I was thinking about the art that exists on the cards, and I was browsing eBay for some of my favorite Pokemon, which is something that I haven't done in a long time, is go on eBay and look at cards. And so what I hope to do is find some cool art that is more than just the Pokemon sitting there, So we'll see what we'll get, and maybe I can show you what I mean. All right. So I don't know if I just did that right for this set, but we'll see. All right, looks like it. So we got an energy, which is cool. We got a trainer, draw 2 cards. You and your opponent play rock, paper, scissors. Okay, and then you get to draw more. I wonder what that looks like on the virtual card game. This card looks good. But this it's not a Pokemon, but it struggles from that same thing where it's just a guy on the card. He's not doing anything. As far as a ranking, not that this is one worth ranking in my opinion, but I mean, art-wise, cool, rad factor, this card's like a 2. It's just a guy. I don't even know him. He might be in the main game, but I don't know damn. So, whoever he is. Twin Energy. I like this. The art is just energy card. Not much to comment on. Phalanx. Now that is a cool card. I like the design for this Pokemon. I know a lot of people thought it was a bug type when it first came out, or when the art was first released for it. But I was pleasantly surprised to see that it is based on the shield-bearing Spartans, which makes the design of this guy pretty cool. And this one looks like there's a little bit of action happening. You can see the array of Phalanx kind of walking or marching through an oasis of some sort. I think this art has a lot more action to it, although the action doesn't necessarily make sense. They're just walking through water on the sunset, but it's still pretty cool. And then I like that the attacks or the abilities on this card, they refer to the art. Call for family, team attack, very cool kind of way to integrate the mechanics of the game into the art, which ultimately is what a good card game should do. So, rad factor, I don't know, 4. Art fact, I think the art on this is very well done, and it's not just your standard, profile of a Pokemon, so that's very cool. Let's see what we get. Toxel, we saw him on the front of the pack. Yeah, he's Toxel. I don't really like the design for this Pokemon all too much. He's a poison baby, which is cool. And I don't know that I understand how tight jaw. I wonder if, so I know there's flavor text at the bottom of the cards. I wonder if it doesn't say anything about its jaw. So I'm not sure where that refers to, or what in-game mechanic maybe that refers to. Anyway, we're not here for this card as much as we are here for the rarest card. Litwick, that's a good design Pokemon. This one, so I'm gonna save this card because it's not just a Pokemon on the card. It kind of shows a unit or a family unit of them, and one is kind of cut off here, which adds to the photorealisticness of the art here. I really like the pastel shading or the pastel kind of palette that exists on this card. It really adds to the kind of ghostly nature of the Pokemon, which I think is valuable since most Pokemon cards, except for those sets where they allow it, most Pokemon cards only have one type to them. So I think the art on this one is a really good way to reflect the nature of this Pokemon. And then its ability Scorch is actually a pretty good ability, and it's consistent with the lore. So overall, rad factor on this one, 3. Art factor on this one, 5. All right. And then we have a Lotad. Oh, this is another good card. You can see on the art, it seems to be slightly submerged. That just adds so much depth to the story being portrayed on the picture there. Yeah. And the condition of these cards, which I don't really care much for the condition of these more common or uncommon cards, but these are really good. Surface-wise, corners, the centering is all pretty good. I would say this is like if one got this graded, it could be, 8 or 9. Anyway, a Clefairy. So this is another psychic type Clefairy. We just saw that in the last video. This one's got some more action to it, and I think there's a Snom, which is one of the new Pokemon, the Ice Bug type. So this is an interesting card because it has more than one Pokemon in it. And it's a Clefairy that's psychic for some reason. And that, unless I'm wrong, there is a fairy type in the card game now. And normal, which Clefairy would fall into one of those. So this is one that I would consider collectible because of the unusual typing. I'll just check the surface here. It looks good in the corners and the centering. I mean, yeah, that's a good card. That's just a solid card in a lot of ways, and the art is just beautiful. Voltorb. I think we saw Voltorb in my last video. This whole set is doing pretty good art-wise. This one we have the wires hanging, which, obviously it's an electric type, and we kind of expect them to be around electrical components, but I don't know. This isn't just him in a plain background. This portrays a power outage, which, is consistent with the lore that they consume the electricity. Let's see, we got a couple more. Oh, our reverse holo is Heliolisk. This is a solid reverse holo. It's a final stage evolution, which brings me to the point. I remember last video I had erroneously mentioned that my favorite cards were second or stage 1 Pokemon, but I had also mentioned disliking stage 1 Pokemon cards, and I think the correction there is just I like final stage evolution Pokemon cards. And this one looks pretty cool. And this one's got 2 Heliolisks. It shows them in a very natural setting, and they're like looking at something that would be off camera. So that's pretty cool, and adds to like the depth of the narrative in the picture. Condition wise, I don't know if this is designed this way, but there seems to be some speckling of holo of that aluminum material through the actual art. So I don't know if that's by design, but it doesn't look intentional. So I'm going to say the condition of this card, the rating I would give this one exists. This is more of a, golly, you don't get really high when the art is messed up. So I'm going to say like a 1. And here's our rarest one in this pack. Oh, it's nothing full art. It's a Runerigus is how I've pronounced that card. or rather that Pokemon. And this one, I like the art. It's just jumping out at us, so it doesn't really convey a narrative, so that's not exciting. But overall, I mean, it depicts the Pokemon pretty well, and I like the line work done on the corners to that convey like the jagged stone surface. Condition wise, this card is pretty good. Without the holo, it's not as exciting, obviously, but it also doesn't have any of that speckling because it doesn't have a that holo interior. So that is a cool rare to have. And if this one was holo, I would say Runargus is a pretty cool Pokemon. I dig him, and I used him in the main game, so I'm glad to have this, but holo would have been cooler. So let's move some of these. Let's put him here, and we will put Heliolisk here. Alright. Here's our Rebel Clash, where the top comment's going to get the rarest card in this pack. So let's see what happens. Yes, opening the packs is always the most fun part of the video, I'm sure. But if I don't open it in front of you, you can't trust that you're going to get the rarest card in that pack. Oh, I'm already excited. We have a Honedge on the front of the pack. And if my experience with Pokemon packs in the past, sometimes you'll get Pokemon of the same evolution family. And so I would love, well, this is going to you, so I hope the rarest one is not an Aegislash. Let's see. Alright. Leaf Energy. Boring. A Lombre. So we got 2 of the 3 stages in this evolutionary family. It's just jumping up, which I guess adds some action to the art, but I don't necessarily like the style of this. Lombre, I don't know. Not my favorite. Not my favorite art. A Galar Mine. The retreat cost of both Pokemon is 2 more, so that can be pretty cool in-game if you play. A Durant. God, the amount of these I see in Pokemon Go. This one's got some good lore in it. This one's got some good lore in the art. You know, we see a tunnel of Durant, one's eating something, a lot of action. If you ask me, this is a collectible card that I will save. All right, we got something else. Ooh, and that's the Honedge. I hyped myself up there. It's the Honedge that we saw. Another Litwick. All right, we like the art. We like the coloring. A Corsola, a Galarian Corsola. So this is kind of what I'm talking about. I know that Corsola's lore includes, like, it reflects the decay of the coral reef, and so it's like a ghost type. And it's dead, and I don't mean to minimize the climate issue that is existing, but that's like a separate conversation that I'm glad to have. But as far as the art of a card, it's kind of boring. And maybe that is the point. I'll give this art some credit. If they're going so deep in, like, this is a reflection or a commentary on climate change, yeah, it's not thrilling. Like, that's kind of the idea. So, when you put the thought into it, I think the context of this card adds to that art, and, maybe it is a legitimate commentary on what's going on, and we should be more considerate than we maybe are going to be in this video. But I will leave a link maybe to some charity organizations that are contributing to, like, the coral reefs. I think that would be appropriate, considering the comments we're making on the card. Binacle, another coral reef type Pokemon. It feels to be in bad taste to comment too much on the art when it refers or is a reflection of something pretty significant. A Scyther. I like the art. This one, it has action in it, but as far as the rad factor of this card, I don't know. He's got scythes and he's swinging them like that. We expect that, add some more characters to the art, and then you'll have something, I think. A reverse holo is the scoop up net. You hate to see it, or at least I hate to see reverse holo items or supporters. I want cool, kick-ass Pokemon. This is not that. As far as game-wise, put one of your Pokemon that isn't a V or GX into your hand. Okay, I mean, that can be helpful in-game. And then our rarest one. Oh, you're getting an Eldegoss V. Alright, top comment gets this card after a week. Alright, if you really want it, let me know in the comments. I'm going to put him right here. This is yours. I gotta admit, I'm a little bummed out. I love full art cards, but it is yours. So if you want it, but it's not my Berserker, so I'm glad for that. Let's do this Darkness Ablaze. I don't know what to expect from here. Maybe something good. I see a Golett on the top of the pack. We'll see if we get something. Oh, you can have that. Alright, if you saw that, it's all yours. The virtual code there. Alright, Electric Energy. Boring. Kabu. I don't know this guy. I think he's obviously a gym leader from Sword and Shield, but he didn't leave an impression on me if he did, or if he was. Or maybe he was the Elite Four. Top comment should be who this guy is. Oh, okay. It draws you a lot of cards, so that's valuable. I don't mind that. Solrock. It's just Solrock on the screen. Nothing happening. He just floats there. But that's what you get when you design a Pokemon that all he does is float. Alright. Poltegeist. I gotta say, the concept of this Pokemon does not thrill me. And so any art depicting it is not particularly exciting. This card could still be collectible if it's like good in game. But I'm trying to see. You need to discard a Pokemon that has the Mad Party attack from your hand in order to use this ability. Once during your turn, you may draw 2 cards. So you have to discard essentially a Poltegeist, but I assume Sinistea also will know Mad Party. But that doesn't seem particularly powerful. Not a particularly collectible card in my opinion. The Golett that we saw, he's standing there in front of a pretty background. I'll give him that. But that's it. You don't get credit just for standing in front of things, though. Larvitar. Alright. I have there's a spot in my heart for Larvitar. He was the first stage of the pseudo-legendary when I was very young. The second generation there, so I want to say this is cool, but realistically, he's just looking back. Although the background's more, I'll say it's more interesting than just, the night sky or something. Paris. We're running into a lot of these cards that are just the Pokemon on the picture. Just, vague background, Pokemon in front of it. Not particularly collectible if you ask me. Ooh, okay. So this is just a Bunnelby. It's not a final stage evolution or anything, but this has a little bit of an experimental feel to this art here. I dig it. It's not my cup of tea necessarily, but I collect this card. I'll give it credit for the different type of art. I think Tomokazu Komiya, if I'm pronouncing that right, that's the artist. Kudos to you for trying something different, man. And you can see in the art that, Bunnelby is coming out of or jumping into a hole in the ground. But man, the colors on this add to it. It doesn't, I thought it was hollow before I took a good look at it. So if you can convince me that a card is holographic without it having to be holographic, as far as this card game is concerned, that's good art. I appreciate that. I'm going to save this one. Snubble. Sharp Fang. Alright. Nothing to see there. Ooh, a Galarian Darmanitan. So this is a reverse holo final evolution of an alternate form Pokemon. He is doing something in the snow. His Blizzard is a pretty, plain cut attack for an ice type. Crushing Headbutt makes sense for the design of this Pokemon. In the surface of this card, there's no speckling on the art here. This is a 10-10-10 card. Well, I'm going to stay reserved in case the rares we'll call this a 9-9-9 card. I love it. Radness is 9, art is 9, and condition seems to be 9. I like it. Let's see what our rarest one. Ooh, a Decidueye. So that is a holographic starter. It's got a cool ability. Prevent all damage done to this Pokemon. Okay, so this ability existed in the digital, online card game before, and it was just a killer ability. I mean, you can't take damage from the V or GX cards. I mean, that makes this card pretty gnarly. And then its other attack does damage to benched and the active Pokemon. This is a collectible card in every way, I think. Holographic, starter Pokemon. The art is a little lacking, but instead of just being in front of the camera or the assumed camera, he is descending on the camera, which is cool. And the attack and the ability are both playable and reference the lore of the Pokemon. I'm glad to have reserved that 10-10-10, and then we'll give it 10 for playability, which I haven't really been considering. The condition looks good too. I mean, there's no scratches on that holo at all. I don't know if you can, yeah, look at that. I mean, this is an all 10 in my book. So I'm going to put him, I don't actually have, you know what, bear with me. I'm going to put him in one of these packs here. I got these sleeves. And we will put him in a sleeve very carefully. And then we'll put this sleeve in this page here. And that is how I will preserve this card. All right. So that was that pack. And I'm happy with the rares in the reverse holo here, which was also a rare. So with all that said, I don't want to get my hopes up, but this is feeling heavy. So this, I hope, has my full art holographic Galarian Berserker. Not that there's any other kind yet. So let's open this up and see what we get. Alright. I don't take my time opening these just to create more content. This is just how bad I am at it. Alright, come here. Alright. See, now this one is mine. You don't get this one because it was facing the right way. And then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to take the rare, put it right there. And let's see what we got. Well, we'll do that because I still want maybe the reverse holo at the back. Fighting Energy, Skyla, Gym Leader, just standing there doing something. If the games had more story and more lore, I would be interested with the human characters, but they lack story, they lack narrative, and they lack plot, in my opinion. I haven't played the DLC, so take it with a grain of salt, but human characters in the Pokemon games just don't impress me. Electrode. So we got the two stages of this evolution from this set. Unless I opened it, I can't remember if Voltorb came from the Rebel Clash or the Darkness Ablaze. So either way, it's cool to have both. I do like Final Evolution Pokemon. Xatu. Ooh, the art on that one. Look at that. The shading really adds to the, I'm not sure. I mean, clearly they're in a forest. I don't know. I don't remember what the forest was in the Johto games, but presumably he's in one of those forests there. And the shading, looks to be dusk. That's very cool. He's not really doing anything that makes me wonder why we care that it is dusk, but I do like the shading. This card, when you see a card and you get a really good vibe from the art, this one does that for me. So I dig it. Not my favorite Pokemon or anything, but I like the art. I'd collect that one. Skwovet. I don't know what to think about this. I always thought the design for this Pokemon and its evolution, who I didn't even care to learn its name, I think they're a little, I don't know, they're bulky. I don't know, they look top heavy. I like Pokemon that look solid in their design. The art, though, depicts him doing something, hoarding berries in a tree trunk. So for that, I'll give this card credit. I'd collect this one. Oh, I am collecting them all since they're mine, but this one, I like this one. This one's depicting something, which is very cool. Applin. I'm not impressed by this one's design, particularly. Apple Dragon. It has some appeal, I think, because you wonder. Maybe people who know more about the main games don't wonder, but I wonder if there's a Pokemon. What does the Pokemon look like outside of the apple? Or do we assume that the apple is part of the body? Which I never cared with the most recent games to learn that detail. Ooh, a Time Pole. When I played Black and White, Time Pole and its evolutions were very cool. I liked them in the main game. So this one's not really depicting much, though. It seems scared. I like it when they depict emotion other than just, hey, I'm here. So that's cool, but it's not clear to me what it's afraid of. I wonder if we can see. Is there anything? I don't see anything happening. But Trubbish. I hate getting Trubbish, and I know there's a lot of hate from like Gen 1ers who don't like that this Pokemon was based on like stuff, like trash. And that's not what bugs me. What bugs me is I just don't like the design of it. I mean, I get that it's based on trash, and I don't have a problem with a Pokemon being based on a bag of garbage. I just think if they were going to do a Pokemon based on garbage, they could have done something more like a Golem or like an artifact creature from like Magic the Gathering. This is literally, I don't know, and its hands. I hate character designs or Pokemon that just depict limbs but that don't seem to be functional. And Trubbish just doesn't have functional hands to me. And it just, I don't know. And not my favorite. I don't like to see this Pokemon in my collection. It is Dark type though, instead of like the Psychic that often depicts poison. So I think that's valuable if you're a hardcore collector. But other than that, I'm not thrilled about this one. Alright. Ooh, and a Helioptile, which goes well with our reverse hollow Heliolisk. And he's doing something, but we don't really see what he's doing it to, or for, or why. So just showing me a Pokemon doing something can be cool, but like sometimes, I don't know, there's a difference between this one and like the Heliolisk, which also didn't show me what they were looking at, but I think if you go back and you look at the art of that Heliolisk, you get the sense that they're basking in the sun, which doesn't need much depiction in the art. This one, he's attacking something, so you want to know, not that I'm an art critic, but it leaves me not thrilled with the art. Like, I want to know more that's just not here. It's boring a little bit. And then maybe, it is a reverse hollow. And Arrokuda. Alright. I'll take it. I like hollow. There doesn't seem to be any speckling. I'm thinking that speckling on that Heliolisk was not... I'm thinking the speckling was not by design, because it hasn't been on any other of these reverse hollows. This is just a common, though. It's clearly in a stream, which is cool. So this is a fish, and so I was about to comment on how I like the art of this one, even though it's not doing anything. But the difference between like a dragon Tyrannosaurus Rex or a fish is the art depicting fish can only be so packed with energy. Now they could depict Arrokuda skewering something or jumping in the air, and that would be obviously way more rad than this. But this one looks like, the implied stream gives us a sense of motion, which is kind of cool. So, but I mean, if I had to rate this one on its radness, I'd still give it just a 1 or a 2. Condition, no speckling, good centering, surface. I mean, can you guys see that? Looks good. Rain splash is just 2 words. So playability, I don't know, boring. It does 20 damage. The attack doesn't do anything. I don't know. Boring. But we're not here for this guy, although I will put him, because he's reverse hollow, I will put him right here. And this, hopefully, is my Berserker. Come on. Ooh, I saw the hollow. It's a basic Pokemon, but it doesn't, so I'll take it. Duraludon, Metal Sharpener. I don't know, I do have a soft spot for like steel type Pokemon, but this one could have been a dragon type, so that's kind of a bummer. This one attaches a steel energy from your discard pile to just one of your Pokemon and does damage. I don't know. Playability, I'd say this card is cool. I'd give this one a 7. Condition, I don't see speckling on the non-hollow surface, so that's cool. The corners look good. I mean, this is like a 7, 8, 7, 8, It's not cool. I mean, it does seem to be doing something. I like how they've animated the, I don't know if you can see it. They've animated like its booming voice, which is cool. Or not animated, but illustrated it. So this is a cool card to have. I'm glad to have this in my, book here. So we'll save it, and I'll put it right here. All right. So that's it. We didn't get my Berserker, and those were all the Rebel Clash packs I had. So I guess I'm not gonna see that card. But if you saw a card in the ones that I opened or the ones that I opened last week, and you want it, you can go to my eBay page. I'm not necessarily doing this to make, $1 million, but if you want to go there, I'm using eBay's charity donation function. So every purchase will donate to like St. Jude's, or I'd like to find a way. Maybe it'll donate to whatever organizations are supporting the coral reefs, and that could be a cool way to support me and like the world and other people. So if you want a card really badly, maybe check out eBay, see if it's there, or email me, and I'll leave an email in the description. And just remember that the top comment is going to get this Eldegoss V. So if you really want it, make that comment, and make sure I reach out to you in a week from now. Otherwise, I look forward to inviting everybody to the next video. All right, bye.